So we are talking about 6 levels: A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. A1 being the starting point, and C2 is the last point, right? In A1 course, we do only practice exercises. Examination are like, at the end of the 3 months course or 4 month course, you have a multiple choice question and answer thing, and you are required to have a 90-95% of the attendance and clear with the 60% marks the examination that we give you. Yeah, then you get a certificate also. I'll show you what exactly the certificate looks like, right? Now we are going to take a small lesson where we use a PDF. I'm going to share it with you, right? I hope everybody can see this PDF that I'm sharing. Lección 1, presentación, el saludo. So in Spanish, you say hola. Hola is hello. Hola, hello. And
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Estoy bien, gracias. So, ¿cómo estás is like Anvesha is saying, ¿cómo estás is how are you? And estoy bien, here you say, this is the, casual way of saying, ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Okay, that's a casual way of saying that, right? The answers can be muy mal, very bad. Regular, regular is like so-so, okay, not so good. Bien is, okay, good. And muy bien is very fine, very good, okay? And then you have buenos días. Buenos días is good morning. Buenas tardes, good evening. Buenas noches, good night. Would somebody like to try? Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes, Anvesha. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Muy bien, gracias. So like this we go, okay, we are we have little kids also, and then we have professionals of medicines, MBA graduates, etc., etc. We have different levels for different people, and then we divide the classes as per the requirement of the learners also. But finally what we do is we try that you come and learn as per our A1, A2, A3 levels, all right? And this means that if you are learning with us and you finish 2 levels and you want to go to some other language school who is following the same European Common Framework for languages, all right, so you can directly go for B1 or B1, right? That is the next level. Sometimes some institutes, they have entrance exams also. For example, if you say I have done 3 levels, I want to go for the 4th one, right? So they say, all right, you have to sit for a small exam which is very fast, and they say, all right, we accept you, and you go for the 4th one. Yeah. Then here you see we talk about the verbs, right? But important thing is here, because in this very fast class of 30-35 minutes we'll be able to absorb very little, all right? But usually in the classes we go directly to the subject, all right? We don't talk about anything else. This is pure learning, how we call it. So la despedida is like a goodbye time, okay, farewell. And you say adios. Adios is goodbye. You say hasta luego. Hasta luego is see you later. Hasta mañana. Hasta mañana is good morning. Somebody would like to repeat adios, hasta luego, hasta mañana? Anvesha,
Adiós.
Adios, hasta mañana. Okay. Then in this way we follow, right? We go like this, right? Now I'm going to share a PowerPoint where we will talk about the Hispanic world, right? This means Spanish is a language which is spoken in more than 20 countries, right? And we have to know where it starts from. Spain, and we go to Americas. Okay, when we say Americas, we mean the Central, South, and some part of North America also. Okay, and in 20 of these countries, it is the official and native language, right? And then United States, it's not the native, but the second language. But curiously, uh, United States is the country where you have the maximum number of Spanish speakers, right? Uh, in California, Texas, Florida, in these places, you are able to speak in Spanish in a very good way. And then further in your other territories of the United States also, not so much, but yeah, more and more, right? Are you able to see this PowerPoint? Can, yes? Okay, wonderful. So here, wonderful. Thank you, Anvesha. So this is again study material, that is we use PowerPoint. Firstly Word formats, then we have PDFs, then we have PowerPoints, then we use audio visuals also, that is audios for listening practice, and videos also sometimes when you when we want to give you some practice material, or we want to share and work on listening and listening skills. Yeah. So here we talk about the Hispanic world. Uh, whosoever has any doubts or questions, we will, give you 5 to 10 minutes at the end of this presentation, all right, so that you can clarify your doubts, ask me questions, all right, and I'll be happy to answer you. Also, you can leave them in chat with your email, right, so that we can, if you want us to call you in private or write you, we can definitely do that. Please leave your questions in the chat with your email, all right, so that we can know who is that person, right? So here we talk about Europe, Spain. It is not a geographically correct map, all right, so it is just a symbolic thing. So Spain is the country where the Spanish language is coming, right? So this is a Latin language, right? And Spain in Spanish is called España, right? And then you go towards Caribbean. Caribbean are the small island nations in the Atlantic Ocean, all right? And this includes Puerto Rico, República Dominicana, that is the Dominican Republic, Cuba, and there are a lot more, okay? Here we are not talking about more, but it's not indicated. It's like Jamaica and many other island nations are here, right? And here you can see we are talking about Mexico and America Central. This presentation is in Spanish. That's why you see the La America Central, okay? We try and focus and try to, use as much Spanish words as possible. Okay, so this is the whole entire part of Americas where Spanish is spoken, and here this is the border of the US and Mexico. So in this part of southern US also, which is not shown here, Spanish is widely spoken, right? Let's go and see what else we have. So this is Mexico, and now we have another country, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, right? This is Central America. This is Mexico. Is sometimes they call it North America. Sometimes they call it Central America. It's no, they want it like that. Now we talk about Mexico. We call it Mexico. Capital is Mexico DF, and also called La Ciudad de Mexico. Here we are talking about the country. How do we call the national of that country? What's the flag of the country, and what's the geographical location of that country? As I told you, United States shares the border with Mexico, right? And this is important because we just don't focus on language. When we talk about language, we talk about culture also. That is an important part of the study, right, of the the Spanish language, right? And Then we talk about the dances, gastronomy, the famous people of these places, of these countries, and we talk about the famous dances, what are the famous festivals, so that the learner can have a all-round understanding of the Spanish language and culture. Okay, and the advantage these days is that the entire Latin American countries, they are coming up in a big way. So career wise, so you have a big opportunity if you want to go for an MBA or an import management course, or if you are a medicine doctor, you would like to go for further studies, you want to, work in the US or Mexico, Argentina, Chile, these countries are coming up in a big way, and bilateral relations with India are very good, right? So Spain right now is a wonderful destination for higher studies like MBA and other studies also, and for learning, of course, Spanish language, teaching, translation, interpretation, right? They're all big, uh, era of, an area of opportunities for everybody, okay. Here you have another one in which we talk about the fruits and vegetables. Okay, I believe you are able to see this PowerPoint. In case you are not, please indicate that to me, but I'm sure you are. La manzana. La manzana is the apple. The apple. La alcachofa, the alcachofs. Los plátanos. Un pastel, una tarta, and also we will be telling you how a word is used in Spain and if the same word can be used in Latin America, because Spanish has different accents also. In Mexico they speak in a different way, not 100% different, it's like 20 to 25 to maximum 30% difference is there, but the difference is there, right? And there are certain words which are used in one country and they are not used in the another country, right? So when we teach to a learner, we talk about that thing also, right? And el pan, brócoli, zanahorias, el queso, helado, café, galletas. Let's go to another PowerPoint to show to see what else we have. What you need, what we require from your side is a good device. It can be a mobile phone also, it can be a laptop computer, it can be a desktop. If you have any electricity problem, then you require power backup, right, for a continued class. Also, we record the classes, all right? So in case a learner misses a class, we can send him the recording of the class. Right now, this session is being recorded too, right? And in this way, nobody misses any class, right? This is A, la letra A, the alphabet A in Spanish. A de águila. B de bicicleta. This is a group demo class. That's why we are not opening this session for everybody to join in and speak, because nobody is able to listen each other. So that's why we when we do a group demo, we just talk about what we do, how we do, what are the teaching materials, all right, what is the teaching methodology, and these things, right? And in a class, that's why we maintain like 3 to 4 to maximum 4 people, so that good attention can be given to everybody. Yeah. C de cama, de damas, E escuela, F falda. When we do a live class, we are interacting with each other, all right? So you have to pronounce everything, right? And we make sure that you are pronouncing it in a clear way. G, G de gato. H, I, Jota, K, L, L, M, mariposa. Mariposa is a butterfly. N, N, this is a special character that we use in Spanish, right? It's not there in English language. This is this one. Now I'm going to try and go to the web page to show you. As I told you, it's under maintenance due to some technical thing, but it would be live in like 4 to 5 days maximum, and you would be able to do your exercises and work everything here, right? The advantage is this is a learning, this is a learning platform, right, that we give you, right? Not everybody has this, and it's free of cost. You can enter 24 hours using the login that we provide you once you are entered in the course, and you go and you can see the vocabularies, you can see the dictionary, you can go and practice. There's some practice material, there's some reading material, all the PowerPoints that I'm sharing, it is there in your course, and the teacher, it is decided by him, like he wants to share it. That is, we can, it can be there, but it can be on off mode, that is, it is not shared. Yeah, so let's see, where are we? I forgot to tell you that we use a whiteboard also. Here we have got a whiteboard. Yeah, so here on this whiteboard we can tell you, we write and we send it to you, right? That is, here all the explanation is given, okay, using this whiteboard. And also the advantage is that at the end of the class, this is saved and sent to everybody, right? That is, you don't have to take any notes, if the whiteboard is being used. So everything written on the whiteboard would be saved, right, and sent to everybody. Spanish demo class, 1st June. Yeah, right. It is saved and sent to everybody. I'll try to send you all the people who are in touch with me. I'll try to send it to them so that they can see it. And now I'm going to share my screen. This is our web. Okay, this is the language learning platform. There's a new version which has been incorporated, and it's a different version, and the technical people will have got some problems because they are also working remotely. That's why it's taking time. But anyway, I'm going to show you. We are going to, for example, in this course we are going to enter. Oh, here I am inside because I'm logged in, right? Without logging in, you cannot go, right? You cannot enter here. So here you have El Saludo, okay? You can open this and you can see this document, right? You can see this and you can download it also. And likewise, we have quizzes, multiple choice questions, vocabulary practice, a lot of things which you can do here. Then you have another one. Are you able to see my screen with vspanishschool.com? If you are not able to, then please somebody inform me. Okay, this is again the alphabets. You call it abecedario. Okay. And here you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. We try to make it really interesting using all these methods, and it is interesting then for everybody from children to serious professionals. All right. And then you have the certificate, right? You can see this screen. This is the certification. This is certificate that we gave you when you finish your A level, right? This we give you, right, when you have a 90% of the attendance, right? But usually everybody, you know, who is interested in doing it, they have it. Yeah. So likewise, we load a lot of content here, right? These days, if you go and visit, you would not be able to do that. Firstly, you don't have a login, and with a guest login, if you enter, you would not be able to see that, right? So it will require a permission. So anybody who would like to actually experiment this, please write to me. I will definitely prepare a login for him, a temporary guest login, so that he can understand and practice here and understand what exactly this is. Yeah. So A level courses are the elementary courses, right? So we are doing 4 days a week classes on weekdays, all right, 1 hour each, and then we have weekend classes which we are doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 1 hour each on every day. Then we have, you know, tailor-made classes, that is as per your requirement. You can talk to us and we will try to, you know, come up with a suitable timing, suitable, language course. For example, you are a export manager in some export house and you would like to do like 3 months training to understand the basic vocabulary and basic notions of how to go about it. For example, if you have a visit to Mexico, or some people from Argentina are coming to visit you, or from Spain, some business people are coming to visit you. Yeah. And time and hours can be, you know, expended. Okay, they can be increased also. For example, if you want to do 2 hours Friday, Saturday, Sunday each, that can also be done, right? Why we try to join people is, because teachers of Spanish language, like many other foreign languages, are very less. All right, I'm talking about qualified teachers, because we use qualified teachers with minimum of C1 level, all right, of Delhi, and then a master's degree, all right? So I am a master's degree holder, right? And I studied Spanish master's in Spain. I try to see if I have my degree certificate here handy, and I try to share it with you. Let's see. Yeah, got it. So just give me one moment. So I was saying, like, a good teacher should be there to help you, and he should be a qualified teacher, right? That is, he should have a good qualification to give him a backup, yeah, so that he can, because a lot of people are trying and, you know, they do 2 or 3 levels, they start teaching. It is good that they are promoting the language, they are trying to, you know, better it for themselves and try to, you know, spread it for others also, yeah. So it's a good idea, but again, quality, you know, is lacking, right? So for a better quality, look for at least, a person who has done 4 years of Spanish language, right? And if there is a master's degree, then that's wonderful.